I knew as soon as I read the script that there was going to be a tremendous physical commitment that was required, that this was an opportunity for a transformative experience.
This is a guy who has this experience with a prostitute, and then 5 minutes later calls his wife and tells her that he will always love her.
When we talked about it, Jarrett and I, there was a lot of work that we did that I won't talk about here, that should be left behind closed doors. I made different graphs and different subsections for different parts of the script, depending on who Marc was at different times. And Jarrett and I talked about who Marc was at different times, the ability to become different people. And it was a quality that Marc possessed.
Specifically, like, the voice was really important to me. You know, and there are lots of mannerisms and things, and of course he had to gain the weight.
Gaining the weight. Gaining the weight changed everything about who I was. It changed how I walked. It changed how I talked. It changed how I felt about myself. It changed how people treated me.
I didn't really speak to Jarrett much on the film because he was kind of in his own world. He really, really got into Marc Chapman. So it kind of freaked me out a little bit, but.
And everything from the way that Marc spoke to the way that he moved tended to stay with me throughout the day and the night. It wasn't something that just came off at the end of the day. It stayed with me. I mean, it made me sleep differently. I started taking a wheelchair to set back and forth because it was really painful to walk the distance from the dressing room to the set. My feet were getting really, really painful.
I kept on using the phrase 40 pounds of pain and disgust, and to just be embedded in self-loathing and you know, projecting that as hatred to the world.
And I stretched out this valve that you have right here that's supposed to keep your food in, your bile in. I'd stretched it out so if I bent over to tie my shoes, my bile would just come up. And there was a wash that was coming in and out, and it was getting down into my bronchial tubes, and it gave me a cough that lasted the entire time of filming. I kept thinking I was sick, but they figured out I wasn't sick. I had gotten an infection. It was that sort of thing. It kicked my ass. It was a physical role, and I think it deservedly so. It wasn't the sort of thing that was going to come easy. And for me, it was there was a certain religious process involved there, and a very methodical approach, not any convention like some method actor or something. I would never do it again in a million years, ever.
All that you know, coming apart at the same. Wherever you go, I follow you home in my dream. Breaking silence, it seems like the city is breathing, and diamonds